Howdy everyone from Goshen, Indiana. Alright, this is what I got going on. I am hooked to a 44-foot fifth wheel. It's a Montana. Shipping weight 14,405, GVWR 16800. Picking up Goshen, Indiana, and it is on its way to Idaho Falls, Idaho. I have already submitted my pre-trip pictures and my logbook is up to date. And I've checked my lights, so I will walk you around the outside and then we'll head on down the road. Okay, several things just happened all at once. First of all, right over there, hard to see, but there is a black dog. And not that small child, but that one there in the burgundy shirt was walking the dog, walking it over here by this grass that's just opposite of where I am. And I can tell the kid is not going to have very good control over that dog for very long, because it's a big dog and he's a small kid. And as soon as that dog caught sight of my girls, I was walking the girls, the dog started lunging and at the leash, and I unceremoniously yanked my girls back to the truck and stuffed them in the truck as fast as I could. And about 5 seconds later, that black dog come running past me, and I'm like, I knew it. And of course the kid is chasing after the dog. But the reason I'm stopped here is driving down the road, driving down the interstate, minding my own business, and I had a truck driver pull up beside me. He was passing me and honked his horn, and the co-driver rolls the window down and kind of motions like this, you know, flat. And I'm like, okay. And I was not about to stop on the road, so I made it to an exit. And I'm looking and I don't see a flat on my camper. No, it's on my truck. So I put air in it and then drove across the street to where I'm parked now, and I aired it up to 75, and it's already so low that it's not reading on the tire gauge. It's reading maybe 20-30 pounds of pressure. So I've got to call into some repair people, and he said it'd be about 30-40 minutes before he could get to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So I reckon that looks rather obvious. I got flat tar. So we're just gonna chill here until it, I don't know, I'm not used to whether or not people can deal with flats and fix them on the spot, but I do have my spare, which is a good thing. That's the reason I like having a spare, just in case this happens and that my flat can't be fixed. So I must have picked up something, because this morning when I did my pre-trip, I didn't notice any trouble with the tires. So I must have picked something up. It happens, right, girls? They're like, whatever. So we're just gonna chill here. Where am I? I know it's Interstate 80, exit 211 in Nebraska, but I don't really know what town I'm in yet, but here we are. All right, dude is here.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation. I regard the work of motivation the most important work in the history of man. Everything that happens is motivation.
She thinks she's so tough. Wow. Scott Niles did a good job putting those lugs on there.
Quick. I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get some water.
Okay, all right. That trouble he's having getting those lugs off, that is the reason why I pay people to do my manual labor. Right, girly girls? Yeah. I'm glad there's cloud cover. That way I can leave the truck off and have the windows rolled down. It's still pretty warm out, but it's a nice cool breeze. Chloe is our heat thermometer. We always know when it's a little too warm, don't we? Are you a little too warm? Yeah, big brat. Big brat. not my first rodeo. There it is, folks. Remember that? This has happened to me once before. And the sun is coming out, so I started the truck for the girls. Well, so Chloe won't melt. We can't have Chloe goo all over the seats now, can we? You know, the thing is, even though I thought I might have picked something up for the reason for the leak, it was leaking so fast, I should have known that. Well, I don't know. I guess there's no way to really know what the trouble is till you find it. Anyway, I need a replacement. I'm in the middle of a dust storm. Oh my goodness. He just heard from his boss, or he just got off the phone with his boss. They don't have a rim that I need, and he's like, you're gonna have to go through your dealership. And I'm like, no, I already know how much that's gonna cost. I'm like, we can't find one at a junkyard? Well, let me make some calls. Yes, please, make some calls. Alrighty, folks, $140 later, I have my spare on the truck. They could not find a wheel at the junkyard, so I said just put it on there. Just put my spare on, and my defecto is strapped down, and when I get to destination and get delivered, I'll do with the tire, but this should get me there. So I think, note to self, which I already knew I liked it this way, and now I'm even more confirmed, is I like having a spare. So, alright, I'm gonna go fill up the girls' water bottle. I used it to wash my hands, and I'm gonna go into the store here, fill the water bottle, and then we're gonna hit the road. About ready? Oh yeah, we could do one more potty break, but let me get your water first, okay? Okay. Torrington, Wyoming. Never heard of it. Never been here. Check another one off the list. Stop for the night at a truck stop. And I thought I would take this opportunity to mention something that could be beneficial to other people. Another driver gave me the idea about maybe mentioning a few things that we can do to make ourselves a little safer. And I thought, yeah, I could do that. I mean, I don't know if I would want to do a whole episode on it, but I could throw in a safety thing every now and then. Most of you know, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know I like to stay at truck stops. I feel comfortable at truck stops. I try not to stop at ones that are really crowded, but here in Torrington, Wyoming, there is plenty of space, and I'm as far away from everything as I can be. So, well, first of all, the sunset view was absolutely stunning. I didn't catch it in time, but this is where I'm parked, and I thought I'd show it to you. So I'm gonna stand on the running board. It just rained, so it's really muddy here. So I'm not getting out of the truck. So let me see if I can show you a little bit about where I'm at. Okay, so that's one of the things that makes me feel safe. I don't know why, but I just feel safe at truck stops. Another thing I do no matter where I'm parked is I keep the key fob to my truck handy, and if I feel like somebody's messing with it, I'll just hit the little alarm button and cause a stink and cause a noise and hopefully run somebody off. So that's another thing that I do that I've been doing it almost from the very start, and I just never thought to mention it, but somebody else said, you know, we could probably share a few stories or a few ideas, not stories, but we could share a few ideas on things that we do to make ourselves a little more safer out here. And I thought I could do that. So the keys are another thing that I do. I'll share some more things with you. I don't know if it'll be on this episode, but I've got a few other things that I do that I feel safe about. Another thing that I do try to do when I'm parking somewhere, I try to park where it's where it's lighted up. I'll park my truck underneath a street lamp or a parking lot light or whatever kind of illumination they've got going on. I want the truck lit up like nobody's business, and I feel that will make me less of a target because criminals skulk around in the dark, and so I've got practically a spotlight shining on my truck, and I'm not worried about the light. My window light blocker thingies, the WeatherTech window shades, which I love very much. So that's it for now. It's late. We're gonna go to bed. Well, the girls are already in bed, but I'm gonna go to bed also. So, but I thought I'd share that with you. So, if I don't share any more on this episode, please know that I would love to hear what you guys do to make yourself more safe out there on the road. I would really love to hear it, and others can benefit from it too, not just me. So share in the comments. Yeah, thank you. Night. Torrington, Wyoming. Somebody's misbehaving this morning. Are you digging in the trash again? Chloe, are you digging in the trash again? Are you going to clean up after yourself? We just can't have nice things. Okay. I wanted to add another thing to the safety thing since I'm thinking about it and I've got it out. I have a friend who recently says to me, I have a lot of guns, and if I gave you a tiny little gun, would you carry it? No, I will not. One, I don't want to be responsible for taking somebody else's life, and second of all, I'm thinking, you know what would happen if I had a gun? Somebody would just take it away from me and use it on me. So no, I won't carry a gun. However, then the question was asked, well, if I got you some wasp spray, would you use that? And I went, now that I will do. A gift from my friend. Up to 25-foot jet spray. And now that I will do. And I keep it in the cab of my truck, and I keep it handy. This is another thing just recently added that I do for protection. I hope I never have to use it. But you know, it's a crazy world out there now. Okay, so do I need to clean up after you? Are you done? Are you done? May I put that in the trash now? May I re-put that in the trash now? You bad. Apparently, the little snackies that I gave her were not enough. She wants to make sure there's nothing left on the paper also. Alright, I'm logged in. Ready to go. Heading on to destination. Somewhere along the line, I will need to stop and purchase an Idaho permit. I'm going to try to do it online. In the past, this face is me going, oh, because in the past I've tried to purchase a Idaho permit online, and the only thing I managed to do is mess everything up, and then I got to call them anyway, and then they got to help me with it. But I'm going to attempt to do it online again. So, I'll catch you guys on down the road. This just in. You know, I had to purchase an Idaho permit, and I needed to print it out. you also know I ordered a new printer. What I don't know if I mentioned is whether or not I had it in my truck. I do. So I thought, now's a good time as any. So I got the printer out and figured I had to download an app to be able to use it. And I did my first print, and I am impressed. So sorry about the mess of my office. My office is really messy right now, but check it out, okay? Here's the printer. Very small, very nice. Here's what it just printed. I don't know what I just bumped on my printer, but there's the receipt and there's the permit itself. It came with high gloss paper, plus they sent me additional high gloss paper. Now, the printer was inside this little styrofoamy thingy, and here is the case for the printer. And it zips closed. It's a hard case, and it has a handle. And I think this is an extra printer ribbon. Oh wait, you can't see that real good. I think this is an extra printer ribbon and a cord to charge it, I think, yeah. And then of course this is the box it came in. So what I've got here, and I'll put the description in the link also, but this is the printer that I purchased, and so far I like it. Now, I mean, when I posted on another forum about the printer, I had a lot of people comment on the printer. Some of them were positive, some of them were negative. I don't worry too much about the negative comments because everybody ends up having, you're going to have to find whatever works for you and whatever makes you happy. And for the people that bought this printer and they weren't happy, I get it. However, I've done it for the first time. I've used it and I like it. So I'll figure out more. I'll learn more about it as time goes on. One thing I did hear is that you have to replace the printer cartridges often. We shall see. I mean, how often do I use my printer? Well, we'll see. Because if I get good reloads, I'll be using my printer a lot. I like that it's just really small and compact, and I can kind of just find a corner of the truck to put it in. So, happy. Mama happy. Oh, where am I? Casper, Wyoming. I knew I was going to need to stop sometime today and print, and I probably already mentioned I'd stop in Casper. And I'm on the outskirts of Casper. I'll be going through Casper, but this seemed like a good time to walk the girls, refresh our drinks, buy an Idaho permit, print out the Idaho permit, and she's so spoiled. Alright, well, let me tidy up my office and then I'm going to log in and go. Well, the logbook automatically logs me in, but you get the idea. There are a few times when I'm making episodes that I say I've come full circle. And here in Casper, Wyoming, I literally have come full circle back to when, back in 1989, I attended truck driver education at Casper College to be a truck driver. And this port of entry right here, they were learning how to test drivers, giving them the road test, the CDL test, the driving test, and we students from Casper College truck driver education were how they did their training, and the place hasn't changed. It still looks the same. So right here, full circle. That's one of the reasons I chose this route, because I could have gone a different route that would have been 45 minutes faster, but I wanted to come through Casper again because it had been I can't tell you the last time I was in Casper. I don't remember, but full circle.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation. I regard the work of motivation the most important work in the history of man. Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation. I regard the work of motivation the most important work in the history of man. Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
If anybody's wondering, those are the Tetons. However, I wanted to share that I just saw a bear run across the road in front of my truck. My first live bear. I'm how many years old on this earth, and I'm just now seeing a live bear running across the road. I saw a dead one once up in New York, but my first live one. Morning from Idaho Falls, Idaho. Got myself tacos last night and came back over to the customer to park. They've got a cul-de-sac beside the business, and some of their overflow is in there, and I just backed in next to a horse trailer and stayed the night. This morning, got up, this being on Eastern time, I got 2 hours to wait before the customer opens. Well, I'm down to 45 minutes. So I thought, let me go through my email. And I remembered that I had my certificates of insurance had come through and needed to be printed out. And I went, I have a printer. So I got my trusty dusty little cute little printer out, and I used it. And I think I'm really going to like this printer. Now, one of the comments that were made about the printer was the quality of the print. And I'm looking at the printout, and some of the smaller words are almost, you almost can't see them, but you can see them. But when it's bigger letters, it prints out pretty good. So I think, all in all, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the printer, and I love how portable it is. So, here in a minute, I don't know how much juice it has in its battery, but I'm recharging my I have a battery operated fan that I absolutely love to pieces, and it's charging right now. And what's nice about that fan is it's battery powered, it's telescopic, it's oscillating, it has multiple speeds, and it has a light, different degrees of brightness, and quiet, super quiet. When you run in the fan, it's extremely quiet. So I love it. I love it. I might put the link of this of the fan in the description also, because I would buy another one. Now, mind you, I don't have the remote to it anymore, because I had the remote sitting out because I needed to look into changing the battery. I think the battery was dead on it. And it fell off the shelf. I had it sitting right here, and it fell into the dog water dish. So I spent some time trying to get it dried out, and then I took it all apart, and I've lost all the stuff that goes with it. But I would buy another one. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. We're just sitting here chilling, waiting. Okay, dude was in a hurry to get the unit. I just pulled out from underneath it, and he's nabbing it. So, okay, at this customer, they want you to unhook first, and then they go take it somewhere and inspect it. So, they're inspecting it. I've already taken my post-trip pictures, and I just need to return the keys to them, because I turned the keys into them before I realized that the control to the landing gear is behind a locked door. And I'm like, yeah, I need the keys. So I'm going to move my truck and then take the keys into them, and then just wait for them to check it in. Alrighty, everybody, delivery went well. Everything is signed, and I'm done with this customer. The girls and I, we're going to plot our course to our next destination, and we're going to swing by, and I promised them some breakfast. We haven't had breakfast yet, so I promised them I'd get them some breakfast. And so at this point, I'm done with this episode. So I'm going to thank everybody for watching and for coming along on the ride with me. Wasn't Wyoming absolutely gorgeous? Idaho too, but oh my goodness, Wyoming. I can tell you one thing, don't be in Jackson, Wyoming with a trailer and think you're going to try to find a place to park. Yeah, that was not happening. But I could see why people would vacation there. It is beautiful. So Thank you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode. And just remember, guys, it's all about the perspective.